everybody, the lights are not on and the couch is empty because today, in the words of Joe Bonamassa, PJ and I are going guitar safari. So why don't you come along? Field trip, and we came to Noteworthy Guitars in beautiful downtown Mechanicsburg, PA. We played a lot of different guitars and met Ed, the owner, which you'll hear a little bit from him. And for us, the winner of the day was this D'Angelico EXSS. Played like butter. It's pretty. Pickups were nicely balanced. A lot of interesting appointments on this guitar.
Full hollow body?
Full hollow body, that is a true story. I'll tap lightly. Like my head. Same sound. So we enjoyed our first trip. Actually, I stopped in here one other time, but since the time I've been here, he acquired a wonderful collection of guitars from an elderly gentleman, I believe, from the Philly area. Really interesting stuff here right now. If you're in the local area, check it out. Noteworthy Guitars, Mechanicsburg, PA. On today's episode of PJ and the Beard, who's behind the camera, we're out and about, and today we're at Noteworthy Guitars in Mechanicsburg, and we have the owner, Ed Nesbitt, with us, and he's going to tell us a little bit about why he got into this crazy world of buying, selling, and fixing guitars. So, Ed?
Well, I've been playing my whole life, and I've been working on guitars and pulling guitars apart, kind of Eddie Van Halen style, you know, when we were all growing up as kids. So I had a good working understanding of that. I was in manufacturing for many years, and when I saw my manufacturing plant, I needed something else to do, and I always wanted to get into the vintage guitar market, and then quickly learned that it became more like a commodities market, and that was a little harder to get into than I thought it would be. So I thought, well, let's just get into and open a guitar store. I did a lot of research and chose Mechanicsburg for its lack of representation along that line. Sure. And we're just trying to build a community. I want people to come in here, like when we were kids growing up, where you could go to a store and sit down and play all day, and nobody tried to rush you out or hard sell you anything. And just trying to build a music community and give everybody a good, solid place to go where they'll know they'll be taken care of correctly and they'll never be ripped off.
Yeah, I walked into that. You were talking, I believe, to a dad, and his kid was in there playing,
That's
and
correct.
He was playing a little kind of metalish stuff. We had another guy playing, so it felt very much at home. You allowed to pull stuff off the wall. It was a real welcoming environment, I thought.
Oh, I appreciate that. And that's the whole point of the whole thing, is so that everybody can come in and feel at home, regardless of their level. I don't, you know, you go to a lot of places and the guy that can really play has to come out and plug it in and play the guitar before he hands it to, and it intimidates the hell out of them.
Right.
I rarely play around customers because I don't want them to feel like they have something that they have to, no benchmarks for them, you know,
Right.
just play and have a good time and not worry about it. And that kind of hard sell scares people off. I'm not interested in doing that. So, trying to build a music community, and it starts with being a good person and giving people a square deal. That's all.
So when did you open the store?
3 years ago, May.
Going well for you? I mean,
Yeah, we're killing it, man. We're having a great time. The young man who works for me, Sam, is an accomplished guitar player and
he's got the rock and roll hair,
and he's got the rock and roll hair. I'm just glad I still have hair. And
Sam, come put your head and face in
rock
front
and
of the
roll
camera. Hey,
So this is Sam. So if I'm not here, this is the young man you'll be dealing with, and he knows his stuff.
Good.
So yeah, so we're in good shape.
Nice. So tell us quickly. We kind of shot a broad shot of the room, and you recently acquired a rather large collection of guitars and
Very
some
large
amps.
collection, about 138 guitars, a bunch of pedals, and smaller practice tube amps that are all in excellent condition. Bought from a Philadelphia luthier. So we have everything from your standard high-end Gibsons to the quirkiest, weirdest stuff, as you guys know, because you just played about half of them.
Right.
And we're working through the whole thing, and we still have yet about 30-some guitars even introduced into the store because we just simply don't have a room for everything that we have currently in stock. So as we move forward, so don't miss out on the deals because we bought this collection very reasonably priced, and we're just passing that. As we discussed earlier, I'm just passing that.
You said it was like 138. How many were in there?
138 guitars total. Yep.
So he definitely lives up to our tagline, although he has a store. So anything else you'd like to let our 17 current followers know?
Anybody who sees this video, comes into the store and mentions it, gets 10% off of anything.
Look at that.
There you go.
So with that, I'm PJ on behalf of The Beard, reminding you in this wonderful place that no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear. Peace out.